Let's talk about it all. We've got GLJ Research founder and CEO Gordon Johnson, along with Gerber Kawasaki CEO and President Ross Gerber, significant Tesla holder. But let's first start off with CNBC Digital's Michael Whalen, who's all over the story. Mike and I just got off the telephone. When I saw it, Mike, I think you and I were kind of simpatico, and I think you said it best to me in the call. You said GM and Ford, they don't want to be in the, quote, gas station business. They don't care who pumps the gas. In this case, the gas is electricity. They want to go with the leader. How big of a deal is this?
Brian, that's exactly the point. This is a major deal. For consumers, it gives more charging stations. But at the end of the day, the big news is the Tesla charging port, because that is going to force everyone to think about adapting this port, including the U.S. government that's currently investing billions of dollars to build out the EV charging network. It has been a thing of Biden's to build out this network. And this is really going to throw kind of a screwball at them, trying to figure out if they should do CCS or go to the Tesla standard. And the Biden administration, Tesla, have not always had the best relationship. And you also pointed out the EV startups for the chargers. They're down right now because they're going to have to adapt or die.
Well, if you're the CEO of EVgo or ChargePoint, or by the way, call in to the show. We'll take your call or have you on. They've got to be having sort of a boardroom emergency meeting at this point. And for our viewers that have not driven electric cars, there's Tesla, and then there's everybody else. And everybody else is on that CCS standard, and there's different speeds and all this other stuff. It's kind of one of the hurdles. I think with this, because, you know, there's 3 levels of chargers. If you've got an EV that's not a Tesla. And I think with this, GM and Ford realize, what are we doing? We don't want to rely on third-party companies to build out the infrastructure necessary to sell our cars. And guess who's done it better than anybody? That's Tesla. Did Elon Musk just corner the market in charging for electric cars? Checkmate.
As of right now, yeah. I mean, it was a great play by Elon to say that he's going to open up the charging network. He's also licensing other technologies. And when you think about this, GM and Ford are trying to catch up to Tesla. They have been trying to catch up to Tesla for years now. They've been slow to adopt EVs. And now they are doing kind of a shortcut, and Tesla's helping them. Mary Barr earlier on CNBC said that they're thinking that they're going to save up to $400 million off a previously announced $750 million investment to build out EV charging. And they're doing it, we believe, at no cost.
Yeah.
They're partnering with Tesla. They're going to have the consumers have these EVs, and they are just cutting capital and taking a shortcut to really build out their EV network.
Well, I don't want to be the grim reaper of CCS, but let's take the other side of this. Will there be enough Hyundais, Kias, Mercedes, Rivians, Lucids, whatever, Stellantises, that they're going to be able to use the other style of charger, and everybody kind of survives, just like iPhone, Android, or, Mike, is this VHS Betamax, and Elon Musk just proved he's the VHS?
I think it is VHS Betamax. We're going to see people continue to use the CCS charger just because they don't want to give Tesla that kind of priority. And you've got to remember, development cycles for vehicles 3, 5, 7 years. So It's going to take a little bit for everyone to adapt. But at the end of the day, Ford and GM looked at this and said, we can take the shortcut and we can force the hand of everyone else to try to do it because we are the largest automakers in the U.S. and Tesla is the largest automaker for EVs. I never in my life would have thought that these 3 would partner up for something like this, but they saw the advantage to it and they took it.
This is a huge, huge story. Mike Whalen, we're going to get you on to talk about Carvana. We're going to see you later on in the show to talk about that as well. We had to leave. We told folks, if you don't know how TV works, and by the way, I sat next to a guy on a flight, great guy, by the way. Something happened to me today that's never happened. I sat next to the same guy randomly on the flight to Chicago as I sat next to him on the way home today, and we talked about how TV is made. We just tore the entire show up 20 minutes ago. Mike, we'll see you in just a bit. Ross and Gordon, we were going to talk about sort of this, but now we're kind of dug into it. Ross, you got a big smile on your face. I don't think Tesla makes any money on the chargers, but there's no way to look at this.
That's not. No.
Well, can they? Because it's illegal to sell electricity. You can only sell time.
No. The way this is exactly what you guys were talking about is 100%. This is checkmate. Now, when you go back to the beginning of the story, Tesla had met with everybody and said, everybody should use our adapter. And they said, no, we're going to do our own. And in Europe, they make 2 adapters in the Tesla car, so you can use either one actually from the Tesla car. But this is setting a standard with the, really the biggest and still the most plentiful makers of EV other than Teslas are GM and eventually Ford. So when you look at the future, all the companies, whether you're a charging company or an EV company, can just switch to Tesla right now and just make it easy on everybody.